Hello friend, it's Tonton. After a boring local Sunfire Castle stream today, we will do a very exciting video actually. There are some very good news. Not necessarily a sneak peek, but some kind of information that is available that we can share, and that's really good. And I've been planning, and I'll share it at the end of the video, closer to the end of the video, exactly what you need to do next week to complete the seasonal event that is Tundra Games, and that we will review in a sec. So we will talk about the new mysterious characters to start with, and we'll talk about Tundra Games, and then I'll give you the exact things you need to complete on which day, because you will have Tundra Game, you will have Alliance Mobilization, and you will have today's events such as Holy Officer Project and Armament Competition. So with these three events at the same time, I'll tell you exactly like I usually do with my Google Sheet, my secret Google Sheet, what to do, when to do it, so you make points on 2 or 3 events at one, and you can get a good ranking everywhere if you wish to push, or just get just use as little as possible if you wish to save for SVS. So consider subscribing into the channel, consider joining the Discord as well, and you can find the link to the Discord in the comments in the description. So we seem to have a bit of lag, but we actually don't really care about issues in connectivity today, because we're gonna go immediately. We're gonna go on the internet. We're gonna go out of the game. So as you can see, there is that kind of sneak peek that was shared. And that's basically announcing that they will do a hotfix on the 8th, on the 4th of August at 2 a.m. UTC. So that's, for me, it's 4 a.m., so I'll be asleep, but you may experience a brief disconnection during this time. So basically, it's for new content. The new content is called a new system. It's called Expert System. So that these 4 dudes, the shadow guys we've seen. So I don't know if we get them one by one or not. Maybe we got the sneak peek of the first one, because that's actually the only one we get. We don't know yet. So your adventure on the vast and mysterious tundra is about to enter a new chapter. During your trek, so we will do a trek through the tundra, you will meet experts. So there is some kind of an event or something going on there, right? All of them have remarkable skills and untold stories. As you assist them in overcoming their challenges, so you will need to help them, you will earn their trust. So that's kind of, I don't know if it's a companion system or like a follower system more than a companion system that you have in certain games, where you meet some character, then you do their quest and whatever, you work with them on their things, and then they become friends, and you can basically use their expertise, right? And have the opportunity to invite them to your city, making them key partners in your adventure. So that's all we know. So we will go on a trek, so maybe similar to the Daybreak Island for a few days, or I don't know how it's gonna work. Are they all available together or at once? We don't know. There were 4 shadows on the image, on the sneak peek we've seen a few days ago. They have remarkable skill. We know the first one, which the first one is boosting damage, march capacity, rally capacity, rewards on the bear trap. So that was Cyril. So we kind of an idea of the game mode, and what's in that system. And also we know that after this update, Total Expert Power Leaderboard will be added to state, neighboring states, and all states. So that's something you will be able to progress, and like pets, like heroes, like labyrinth, like whatever, there will be a ranking for it. So it's probably part free to play, part pay to win, we will see. They say we can contact support if we have any question. I actually did not try. Maybe next time I should try to contact support to get extra information, but I did not try my luck. Then the other thing that is very interesting is as well the annual Tundra Game are about to begin. So last year with the Olympics, we had the Tundra Games, and they say the annual Tundra Game. So it seems to be an event that they will do recurringly. It's different compared to last year, but that seems to be a recurring event. So it'll start Monday as well. So it will start Mondays. It's a 7-day event usually, so it's gonna be with the week with Alliance Mobilization for more or less everyone, and that will be easy enough. So there is all the descriptions here. You can take a screenshot if you want, but I'll go through it quickly. These are very common. If you're a new player, that might be your first time, but for most of us, we've seen seasonal event a long time ago. So the currency you will get is energized bread, right? And you will use the bread to punch We had that in Halloween sometime, we had that at Christmas. So you punch someone for bread, so every punch is like 20 bread or something. Yeah, it's 20 breads. And every time someone's punch is giving treasure points, and someone has a small chance to win the treasure points. And how do you get bread? Do you get bread doing events? Do you get bread using gems, speed-ups, gathering, killing beasts on top of the other events, right? And that's where that kind of seasonal event where, in my opinion and with my strategy, you can actually get a city skin as a low spender. Free to play is very hard, but as a low spender, only buying up to the $20 pack, so that's $5. It might be 1, 3, 5 or 5 directly. $10 and $20, you have a very good chance, if you play well, if you save properly, to get a city skin. So you need to rank in the top 10 in your states on an event that we will see that is kind of Hall of Chief kind of event, right? So it's like similar to King of Icefield or SVS Prep, if that makes sense. It's in that case, it's a 7-day event. And that event, I will teach you shortly exactly how to complete properly. And I'll talk as well about the strategy to get a very good chance at getting the city skin. And as you can see, I got these city skins from the time I was actually very low spender. So where are they? They are right here. I was spending less than €50 a month when I got these. So I'll spend most of my spending will be on that kind of event, right? So I did not get all of them, and that the city skin will be able to compete for, and that the March skin that you will be able to get if you buy €50 worth of packs. So I usually pay on this event. I used to regularly spend 50 to get the marching skin because I got quite a few, but that was it. And I will spend up to €20 pack on the seasonal event to get some of these. And you see, I don't get many, but with the level of spending at the time, I could still get some. And I didn't get the best ones because they are, of course, people are competing for the nicer skin, right? So it's not my favorites, but I still got some, and that you can do the same. So you will have to punch. Why the punching thing is important? Because if you do your beast, if you do your gathering, if you burn some speed ups, if you use some gems that you should have saved if you watch my video, you will get a lot of bread, and you will punch a lot of the dude, and that will give you gems, essence stones, maybe speed ups, maybe stamina cans. These, depending on how they are set up, some of them are amazing, some of them are average, but some of them are crazy amazing. Sometimes like these brawler buddies or the equivalent are more or less generous basically. So we need to see when the game happens. So that's very simple. We'll talk about it in other events. And so usually, right, the ranking for the city skin is based on that event. Is based on how much points you get during the punching. So you see there is a leaderboard top left. So, the more, as you get bread to use speed-ups, and when you use speed-ups, when you get bread when you use gem, and that's unlimited. The more you use gems and the more you use speed-ups, the more you get bread. And gathering and killing beasts, that's limited. So you get a certain amount of bread with that, and when you reach that amount, you cannot get more. But for speed-ups and gem, it's unlimited. And that's kind of how you will, as a low spender, you will get, you will try to save 100 days of research speed-up, if not more. Because research speed-up is not doing so much point in SVS Prep and other events, so you can keep them for this kind of event. And for me, I suggest if you want to really try and buying only the $20 pack, if you buy the $50 pack, it's a lot easier to get 100 days of training research speed-up, because training do a lot of points in other events, plus 300-400k gems that you will spend, and we'll talk exactly when to do that. And that will give you a lot of extra bread, plus the packs, because packs are giving you bread as well. That's how spenders actually ranking top 10. But for top 10, you will get you will get the city skin. So we'll try to get that as well myself. So we won't go into the detail. That's played usually. So there is this kind of event where you have a free tier and a $5 tier and a $10 tier. And you get stuff. It seems to be very straightforward. Like these events, these seasonal events are very old. There is no age, and they are not giving fire crystal and stuff like that. Many of the things are not integrated into the game yet, so these are usually not that good. It's kind of similar to the fishing tournament, right? But there is an emote in the $5 pack, so usually people buy it. So that's the King of Treasure, so that's the Hall of Chief kind of event, and you can see you can get that little portrait like that give lethality that people are after, so that's why it's really important to rank, and that's why I will cover as well today how to do that. So that's the name card skin, so that's giving in lethality. So usually, people get it, and I think the first 25 people get it, so I usually get it, and I actually push to get it as well, and I'll do that again this time around. So that's kind of all of Chief kind of event, but we'll review that in detail. You have a Symphony, so that's pretty easy to unlock. Train troops, arena, research, stamina. So, and the bottom one is buying a $5 pack. So, you will get it if you buy a pack, and if not, you will get most of it. And you see, you get some fire crystal and you get some bread. So that's really good to complete. And that's giving you a lot of extra bread to actually buy the $5 pack. So that's decent. You have the top-up benefits, so that's the usual thing, when you top up, and it's €60, $50, depending on your currency. There is 4 tiers of top-up, but whatever you buy, basically, nowadays is giving you point, and, when you reach 50, you get the March skin no matter what. So I will definitely get it, because I have very good packs to buy. Not, you buy good stuff when you just don't buy crap packs to get it. Like, you buy packs you will usually buy, so that you just get the March skin on top of it, which is cool. I think it's cool. Then you have the supply station, and that's the one that's really important and people don't understand. That's I'll go top to bottom, right? Top to bottom, you get beast defeats. You get 7,000 bread from it. And that's where you will want to use, your stamina cans. I'll burn 300 stamina cans on that event. I have the auto hunt, so I'll do that on I think that the second day of that event, but I'll show you in a sec. Like, that's day 2 of that event is killing beast and polar terror, and that's the only task you can do. So you do that on the second day. We'll talk about it in a sec. And to get to the 7,000. So you will want, if you are free to play, the way to optimize for it, and that's what I do with my farm, and I come up, roughly between 5,000 and 6,000 out of 7,000. It's not 100, it's 1,000. So I usually get, nearly there with my farm. I do beast every day. I do intel mission and beast. I only do that. I stop doing polar terrors. I stop doing everything else. I just do beast, basically. Depending if there is another event that asks you to kill polar terror and stuff like that. But if there are not a fourth event on top of, Alliance Mobilization, Tundra Games, plus the 2 days events such as Officer Project and Armament Competition. If there is not a fourth event, that you should not need that really much. So you can do Beast every day with Gina, because that's a lot. You do them one by one with Gina if you have the time. If you don't, you send your all marches, and then that's it. So that you should be able to complete the beast with minimum amount of stamina can, maybe 50 or 100 if you do that. For me, I just put auto hunt on day 2 and I burn 200 or 300 stamina cans, and if you buy stamina can, that's gonna be okay. Gathering, if you gather enough, that should be okay. You should complete gathering easily. So that's 10,000 bread, and some people do not reach these. So that's really important. In C, using speed ups and gems, that's where you actually get, you don't have a limit, right? So if you use 1,000 days of speed up, you're gonna get a lot. I forgot the ratio, it depends a bit on the event, how many, but I think it's for 100 gems or 1,000 gems, you get 1 bread, something like that. So for me, I saved over 4,000 gems, and that will be on Friday. You need to spend your gems, and we'll talk about it in a moment. But that's basically how you get a chance. And that's how you get a lot of bread, because you save your gems and your speed ups. I have over 200 days of training speed ups, research speed ups, sorry, that I will actually use, and that will help me for that. Plus 400k gems that we will spend on the VIP 12 wheel. So we'll talk about, we'll make a live stream for that. That's the Dynamo pack. So, you get to buy some packs, and you get some these skins usually. So that's usually for the $5 and $10 packs. The $5 is really cool. Often if you buy one pack, buy the $5 packs on the event. That's actually good. You will get another pack. So, this event now, they have a lot of stuff, right? Yeah, like day 2 or 3, once you spend a lot of money and everything else, there will be the island pack as well for a building. So there is a building as well, and you have a gift code that you already know about. So that's okay. So that's it for the kind of the sneak peek of what's going on. Let's talk real. Let's talk about serious things, and things that only Tonton is telling you how to do properly. Is how to play the freaking events. Nobody else will tell you as I do. So on the top, you can see that the day, right? We know it's starting Monday. You see that there is a Tundra game here, Alliance Mobilization, and then you have the 2 days event, right? Here at the bottom. So I need to scroll because you don't see everything while I see everything myself. And here you have the task, and that's so I based that document on the Tundra game. That's the main event. and then I tell you what's overlapping with other events. So light blue is overlapping on 3 events. Dark green is overlapping on 2 events. Light green is only on 1 event, but it's a good thing to use to complete the event, right? And then white is nothing special. You do what you can consider white as green, basically. I'll put it that way so it's less confusing, but you can consider white as green, if that makes sense. And then you have yellow, because yellow, I used to put it in the legend, I don't. It's usually red, right? Yellow is usually red. It's just that, you can do some alliance mobilization at the same days, and if you use a bit of speed ups, you can do armament competition. It's terrible. It's actually terrible. Actually, I will. Let me change that. Let me fix it live, because speed ups is terrible. It's really, really terrible. You should not use speed ups. You really should not use speed ups. That really give you no points. You need, you get 1 point per minute. You need, 15 days to finish the event of speed up, which is far, far too much. So speed ups are terrible. So don't use speed ups. So I'll actually put that in red as well. I'll put it in red so to avoid confusion. Like you could do it if you want to, but that sucks. So let's talk about it. So the usual seasonal event, unless they change it, you get points for power. So it means that when you finish a building, and if the building is giving you 1000 power, you get that power multiplied by the amount of points for construction, research, and troops. That's all bad. At that stage of the game, if you are Fire Crystal 1, 2, 3, it's bad, because on other events like King of Icefield and SVS Prep, you get points on building because of the Fire Crystal you use. And right here, it's actually, you don't get Fire Crystals, right? You actually don't get fire. You don't get point for Fire Crystal here at all. You don't get point for charms. You don't get point for mithril. You don't get points for many things that are new, because again, these events are old and they did not really update the content of it. So it's very bad to use speed ups and to do buildings and to use your Fire Crystal, because you're gonna only get point on armament competition, right? So hero shard and keys. So you can of course combine hero shards with alliance mobilization. That's really good. Just note that on day 1 of alliance mobilization, as you can see here, the exclusive mission cannot roll hero shard yet. It's only day 2+. So day 1 you cannot do it, so you will have to do it with things that are not exclusive missions, so they don't have 120 200%, right? So the way you want to complete day 1 is, if you can, in a perfect world, would be hero shards on 3 events. So you will complete your armament competition day 1. Actually, you don't care really about day 2. You will complete armament competition on Monday. You will take a mission in alliance mobilization, and you will complete day 1 with it. Which, if you are a player like me, that you don't have any hero to upgrade because you are Gen 7 and you upgraded everything, you are screwed. But if you are like me, basically the way I'll do it, I'll use key on Monday. I'll use my key on Monday to complete Monday, because I don't have any hero to update. I wouldn't do a building. I'll use keys. So you should save your golden keys and your gray keys for this kind of event. The only exception is like Frosty Fortune, that asks you to use 2 keys, or eventually Vision of Dawn, that asks you to use 30k a day for 3 days. So that's 90 keys. So that's a bit much, but I still do it myself. So you should keep your keys for this kind of events. That's a baseline that you should know by now. So I'll use my keys to complete day 1, and I'll skip, I don't know, I'll use maybe chief gear to complete armament competition. Day 1 or day 2 doesn't matter, right? In alliance mobilization, you see the 100k troops. As soon as you are furnace 30+, you should do this every day, multiple times a day. For me, as Fire Crystal 9, I can do between 5 and 7 of these a day easily with using very little speed ups. I'm just using the title to train, and I'm training smart. I'm just training the precise amount of troops I need to complete the mission, which you have on my Discord. It's all explained with a calculator for that. And so I can do 5, 6 a day easily, 7 if I use a tiny bit of speed ups. But that's really good, and that's the baseline of doing points in Badikali. Let me fix that, right? In alliance mobilization. So that's how you finish day 1. You have 2 options. Day 2, it's Polar Terror. It's very simple. Actually, for me, I will consider I'll put Beast here, because And I'll suggest Beast over Polar Terror. You know why? Because then I need to update it here. Because we said that you need to kill freaking. You have 7,000. Where is it? You have 7,000 bread you can get for Beast, and you won't get points if you do that. So the way I'm going here, you have two options here. Either you do your Beast every day, you stop doing Polar Terror for the week, and you do Intel Mission and Beast. So day 1, day 2, you do that for 7 days, and maybe you use some speed up the last day, just to kind of make it up, right? If you miss some. For me, the way I will do it, I will go to out of usually it's 700 or 7,000 in that kind of event. So for me, I'll go to 5. So I'll go to 500 or 5,000 or 550 to be safe, basically. And if I go to 550 with auto hunt on Tuesday, auto hunt on Tuesday, on day 2, it doesn't have to be Tuesday. In that case, it's Tuesday, but on day 2, usually I will be able to complete just with Intel missions without, I will keep doing Polar Terrors because, it's giving 500 shares to the Alliance. It's better by far and stuff like that. And I can afford it with the stamina. I will be able to complete the 7,000 or 700 easily, right? You can do, 5,500, 6,000, if you want to be very safe. And that's going to give you a lot of points to do that with auto hunt on that day. If you want to rank to get the green thing that we talked about just here, right? You will need to make some points, right? So between the keys and between the Polar and the Beast and the speed ups you use for research and the gem you saved, for me, that's enough to rank. So I'm just using stamina. That's make a lot of points on SVS, but I still have a lot of stamina. I'm using research speed up that do not make a lot of points in SVS. I'm using keys that do not make points in SVS prep as well. And I'm using gems that do not make point in SVS prep. So I'm using the minimum amount of things that that are not really useful in SVS to make points on this event. So I'm focusing on, and you can consider, you can change SVS prep by KOI, right? If you want to push on an easier event. So that's how you do day 2. Day 3, it's very easy. You have hero shards again, and you have you can do troops, but troops is overlapping with Alliance mobilization. The way I suggest to complete Officer Project 1 is usually not to bother too much. Actually, it will happen naturally in most of the case when you are Fire Crystal 5+. If you are Fire Crystal, if you are Furnace 30 or below Fire Crystal, 1 or 2, 3, you might need to use a tiny bit of training speed ups to complete the event. But the way I will do it is actually day 3. I'll complete Tundra Game with keys because I don't have Hero Shards myself. But you could do Hero Shard, that will be okay. If you still have some left to get, you can keep some here. I'll do some of the keys. So I'm not going to use all my keys day 1. I'll use all my gray keys, and then here I'll use all my golden keys, something like that. I'll keep training troops, but I'm not going to use any speed ups on troop training. If you wanted to push on troop training, that will be for Tuesday for day 4, right? For Thursday, sorry, for day 4. Because you can get, of course, you could consider speed up missions, but they're really bad. So I did not even put them. For me, it's only like you can consider 30k or 120k troop power, right? So you will get points on Tundra Game for training. You will get points on Alliance mobilization, and you will get points on Officer Project. So if you need to finish your Officer Project with a bit of speed up, do it on Thursday. And that's all good. Friday, what you can do is a bit of, essence stones or widgets. You cannot get Alliance mobilization task for widget. There are none, but you can get it. You can get points. I don't think you will be able to make points on Mithril as well. Nowadays you can do Mithril as well here. I forgot about it. Here you can do Mithril, basically. I'll fix the table later. Before you will have access to it, right? I'll share it with you guys. It will be in the description or in the pinned comment. Because you have widgets, so you can do Mithril. You have instances widgets, so you can do Mithril as well. You should be able to. I need to actually double check. I'll do it off camera anyway. But you can do a Sunstone. That will be the best. For me, I'll do gems actually here. I'll spend my 500k gems, and I'll do live stream. So we'll spin or make a video. So we'll spin the wheel for the VIP 12 to try to get closer to the Meteor skin. So you can get gems, that's one of the only events with Alliance Showdown where your gems giving you something. So that's a great time to use them and you can accumulate. That's a good time to get to your VIP level and stuff like that. Of course, you cannot spin the wheel, the lucky wheel to get your hero shard. It's not possible, but if you wanted to do VIP points, like I will do, that's where you should use it. It wait for a seasonal event. So gems mission, like 50k gems are really good. Really, really good. And Essence Stone is kind of a trap. It said that it gives points on both events, on 3 events, but I would not consider Essence Stones myself. I will actually probably complete armament competition with widgets. I have some widgets to do. If you don't have widgets and you need to do Essence Stone, then take a mission, make points as well on day 5 then. And don't complete armament competition 2 on Saturday, complete it on Friday because you don't have overlapping. And Saturday you will simply able to complete your Tundra game with troops that you will train naturally without using speed ups and gathering. That should be enough. You can take some gathering mission that day. It does not really, it does not really matter. I usually don't need, cannot fill. Either you fill the few extra mission you have in Alliance Mobilization with Polar Terrors or gathering. That the 2 filler mission you should use. You should not use Beast and stuff like that. They are terrible. So that you could do, but you will do a bit usually, right? So nothing special here. Armament competition should be completed day 1, so that's all okay. And then day 7, the last day, it's where you have to be careful, right? These last 3 days is because you will want to rank top 25 if you want the, how they call it, the thread name card, right? If you want that, you will need to rank 25, and you will start to have a good idea if you are after training day. Because if people are going strong on training day, you will see it. So here you can basically start to adjust because you see the last day is speed ups for building and research. It's Tuesday as well. It's a Wednesday as well. Sorry, speed up. So for me, that will be the days I will be using. I have 250 days to use. So that the day I'll be burning 220 or something. So I'll do that these days. So it could be paired with a with a speed up. I'll put it like that. Speed up, that's research. And I'll put research, right? So that's could be one day where, because here you cannot get points. Alliance mobilization is over, so you cannot get points if you do that day. So you could push some of your research speed ups on Wednesday or on Thursday, but on Sunday. But it does not give you a lot of points, right? Shift gear does not give you a lot of points. Here you don't get a lot of points. So the last 2 days you don't really make a lot of points, especially if you don't have many speed ups or you don't have shift gear to do. So just be careful. Like day 4, day 5, you need to look at the ranking and to be like, if you need to be 25, then maybe train a bit on day 4. Spend 10 days, 20 days. Don't burn everything, depending on how much you care. But 1.5% lethality is not a big deal at the end of the day. If you are in a super active state, a mega well state, like there is no way you can compete in the top 25, or it's very, very hard, right? For me, in my state, after merger, there might be more activity, but competing top 25 might cost me a bit more than usual, but it is totally doable. And if I need to, then I'll burn some Essence Stone more, or more widgets, or something like that. And I will make sure, like from day 4, to keep a close eye on the leaderboard, because the last 2 days are terrible, and you cannot really push. But okay, day 6, we said you complete gathering and training troop. That's happened naturally. And then for me, day 7, Sunday, I'll suggest to do some chief gear score, so no charms. No charms are working, that's the only overlap. So I'll complete Officer Project 2 on Sunday, with the chief gear core. And okay, sorry, let me show you. Okay, I forgot to move the camera. So again, you complete day 6 with that, training troops naturally, no speed ups, and gathering. You take some, if you want to, doesn't really need to, but you could take some gathering mission. And day 7, sorry, the overlap is really about the chief gear score on both, and that's how I will complete it. So I hope it makes more sense now that you have it under your eyes. And again, I'll give you the link to that spreadsheet in the comments, so you don't have to actually ask me about it. So that's really it, I think, guys, for today. That's the guide I wanted to share with you. So we know that there is a seasonal event, Tundra Games Monday. We know that there will be a quick hotfix Monday, so it's like a patch without a maintenance. Like that's what a hotfix is in video game. It's just they are pushing it live basically, and that might disconnect you because your clients need to pick it up. So the servers are telling your local clients, hey, disconnect now. We have a small patch coming in, and they don't need a maintenance. That's what's called a hot fix. So they will basically be able to trigger the files that are probably already in the game. The things are probably already existing. We just don't have access to it. So that's for the expert. How they call it? The expert system. And then seasonal event, and then you get all you need to compete for it. Let me know in the comment in case you don't have Alliance Mobilization. I've done a quick poll on my Discord, and everyone has Alliance Mobilization, so that should be okay. Maybe if you're on the early stage, you are not, and I'll see if I have time to make it for like all of Chief or whatever you have. So let me know if you have another event, Monday, that Alliance Mobilization, if you have all of Chief or something else, and which generation of heroes you are, if that makes sense. That will help me a lot so I can plan things properly. But that's it for today's very exciting news, and I see you soon to talk about all of that and play it live. Bye bye.